Hello everyone, in this tutorial we are going to have a look at the types of regression models. The first one is the linear regression. Linear regression means that the relationship between a dependent variable and independent variables is linear. In other words, we can draw a straight line that represents the relationship. So if you look at this line, is a straight line that shows the relationship between the independent variables and the dependent variable. Let's say that one of the independent variables here on the x-axis and the dependent variable here on the y-axis, when we locate the data points here, we can find that the relationship is linear. So we can draw a line that shows that relationship. So that's why we call this a linear regression. Linear regression have two types here, simple linear regression and multiple linear regression. In simple linear regression, we have only one independent variable. So the value of the dependent variable y hat is predicted based on the independent variable. And this is very rare in business scenarios because usually we have many independent variables needed to predict a dependent variable. So this is only very simple type of the linear regression. And the other type, which is the multiple linear regression, which is highly used in business and other scenarios, because to predict the dependent variable or y hat, you need to have several independent variables. And you remember the example of the car dealer when we wanted to predict the value or the price of the car based on several factors or independent variables, such as type of the car, the mileage on that car, and so on. And we have here a different type of regression, which is polynomial regression model. And this is a type of the polynomial has the third degree. And when we say polynomial, that means that x here is not only to the power of 1. We can get something x to the power of 2 or power of 3 and so on. And we call this one here polynomial regression third because we got x to the power of 3. And in this case, we'll not have a linear or straight line. We'll have a curve, and that curve can go up and down. If we have the second degree of the polynomial, we will have the curves going up, then down, and that's it. But when we have bx3, that means we can get another curve down and so on. So this type of regression, we call it polynomial regression, and we have several degrees. And we have here the logistic regression. And the logistic regression is highly used in business and in other applications, and other type of applications, because it is mainly used for classification. If you want to classify, for example, your data into 2 or more categories. For example, you can classify clients of bank into the good clients or the bad clients. The good clients who used to pay off their loan in time, and the bad clients who failed to pay their loans on time. And also you can classify your customers as a company into several categories. The best customers who buy the most from the company, and the second level of customers who buy less, and the third who buy less, and so on. So logistic regression is used for classification. And we are going to look at each of these types of regression models in details in the next sections. And in this course, we are mainly going to focus on simple linear regression as the introduction level for regression. And we are going to learn how to build this simple linear regression in several applications like Excel and Gretel. And after that, we are going to focus on the multiple linear regression, which is highly used in business. And after that, the logistic regression, as I mentioned before, which is used for classification.